Welcome to this explainer. Let's jump right in, because today we're going to fundamentally shatter how you look at corporate strategy and sustainability. Give me just a few minutes, and we're going to completely rewire your perspective on how modern businesses literally have to operate to survive in our hyper-connected world.
Most organizations optimize locally while damaging globally. Think about that for a second. This single eye-opening quote from our source material absolutely nails the fatal flaw happening in almost every single modern boardroom today. It's this dangerous trap of fragmented transformation, and honestly, it is quietly creating massive instability. Section 1. The boardroom blind spots. The failure of fragmented thinking. Right away, we see this huge, stark contrast between traditional training and modern reality. Just think about what leaders were historically trained for, right? Stable markets, regional focus, functional optimization, and short-term performance. But look at today's reality. It's chaotic. AI disruption, climate risk, geopolitical fragmentation, and global supply instability are all crashing together at once. Organizations are definitely not just standalone companies anymore. They are living nodes inside these highly unstable, deeply interconnected global systems. And that brings us to a massive roadblock: siloed management. Picture this: fragmented structure, where finance is only looking at cost, operations is just staring at efficiency, IT is totally focused on systems, and sustainability is off in the corner looking at ESG. The big problem here? Nobody sees the whole system. This setup virtually guarantees that a localized, cost-saving decision in procurement can inadvertently trigger a massive downstream supply chain collapse or even a full-blown environmental disaster. Section 2. The global ripple effect. Zooming out on a single decision. To really put this into perspective, let's use a massive enterprise like Walmart as an example. If they make just one seemingly tiny change to their packaging, the alterations are immediate. We're talking instant changes to carbon emissions, logistics, global shipping routes, energy consumption, labor practices, even their geopolitical exposure. It's crazy. A simple operational tweak causes these massive shockwaves across thousands of interconnected processes and countries. Literally everything connects. As we can see, the environmental impact of a product is never isolated. According to the Modus framework, it bleeds simultaneously into the customer lifecycle, the organizational processes, the product lifecycle, and raw material acquisition. It's a continuous, totally overlapping web of cause and effect. Section 3. Mapping interconnected chaos. Transitioning from chains to systems. Now, to actually manage this, we have to map the chaos. Look at these Modus Live dashboards plotting all this out. One is tracking the plastic impact within the entire coffee value system, while the other looks at the water impact for a pair of jeans. Just look at that intricate mapping across hundreds of touch points. This reveals a really hard truth. Simply reducing plastic in your end product packaging isn't going to fix anything if resources are still being heavily consumed throughout that entire hidden manufacturing ecosystem. Which brings us to this powerful takeaway from the text. Understanding the bigger picture of product value systems and impacts is key to driving a change strategy. It's incredibly straightforward, honestly. You simply cannot fix what you cannot see. Visualizing these operational dependencies end to end, it's not just a nice-to-have anymore. It is an absolute prerequisite for modern corporate survival. By using tools like the Sustainable Portfolio Dashboard, organizations can actually group their impacts intelligently. We're talking categorizing them by carbon reduction, land usage, plastic and waste, water, and even disaster management. By mapping these critical touchpoints comprehensively, a business can finally stop launching isolated failing projects, and instead they can engineer collaborative, systemic transformations across their whole supply chain. Section 4. The shift to planetary leadership. Evolving the modern executive. The Modus framework lays out this fascinating multi-level leadership model that executives basically have to ascend. Step 1 is the survival level. That's your basic operational resilience and cash flow. Step 2 is innovation, adapting to things like AI and circular economies. Step 3 jumps to the industry level, focusing on cross-industry ecosystems. But step 4? That's where the true paradigm shift happens, the planetary level. A modern CEO has to transcend basic survival and ascend to a level where they are managing their organization's impact on entire industries and, literally, the planet itself. This brings us to the core tenets of planetary thinking. And the most vital realization here is this: there is no outside to the system anymore. Your waste goes somewhere. Your carbon goes somewhere. Your data and technology permanently alter humanity's wider operating ecosystem.
The winners of the future are absolutely going to be the organizations that understand they're a living part of this global system. And because our world is in a constant state of flux, our response has to be continuous. The Modus philosophy introduces this concept called transformation as usual. Transformation can no longer be viewed as a stressful one-off project that you just want to get over with. It has to become a continuous living core competence, basically a cultural norm embedded right into the very DNA of any organization hoping to adapt and thrive. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative question. It's the ultimate question you really should be asking at your next board meeting. Is our organization operating within planetary boundaries? Because at the end of the day, this transition from isolated enterprise thinking to interconnected planetary thinking isn't just a corporate best practice anymore. It is the only path to survival in the 21st century. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it opened your eyes to the systems all around us.